Hey everyone, welcome back to Shivas. Today we are going to read Sunlight on a Broken Column by Atiya Hussain. Sunlight on a Broken Column is a novel written by Atiya Hussain, a woman from India who later moved to England. The book tells the story of Laila, a young Muslim girl living in Lucknow, India, before and after India became free from British rule around the 1940s. Through Laila's eyes, the novel talks about family tradition, freedom, love, loss, and change in society. So let's talk about the overall summary in this. First, Lala's background. So, Lala is the main character and narrator of the story. She belonged to a rich and powerful Muslim family that followed old tradition. After losing both her parents, Lala lived with her strict grandfather, who controls everything in the house. Girls are not allowed to go out much or make their own choices. The family believed that women should be quiet, follow rule, and not talk too much about their own wishes. Lala is smart, sensitive, and thoughtful. She wants to study and understand the world, but she also loves her family and culture, so she often feels torn between modern thinking and old custom. Life under her grandfather's control. While her grandfather is alive, Lala's life is very restricted. She is not allowed to study outside the home or have her own opinion. Even her uncles and aunts follow strict rule. The house is grand but filled with silence, sadness, and fear of the elders' power. Lala watches how women in her family suffer quietly. Some of them are widows and unhappy in their marriages but are told to accept their fate. Lala begins to question this kind of life but doesn't speak much. Her grandfather believes in religion and tradition and she must obey him. A change after grandfather's death. When her grandfather dies, things begins to change. Lala is sent to a university and for the first time she gets to meet people from outside her family. She starts learning about the freedom, politics and new ideas. She sees students talking about India's fight for freedom and starts thinking about women's rights, love and independence. At university, she meets Amir, a young man who is kind and smart. They fall in love, but Amir is from a lower social class and Nala knows her family would never accept him. Still, she feels strongly about her right to choose her own life, so she decides to marry him in secret without telling her family. Love, loss, and loneliness. For a short time, Lala feels happy and free with Amir, but that happiness doesn't last. Amir dies during a political riot, which breaks Lala's heart. She became a young widow, living alone and trying to understand the meaning of her life. She does not return to her family because she knows they will blame her for marrying outside her class. Now Lala must face the world on her own. She has no husband, no family support, and she sees how difficult it is for women to live freely in a society that still follows old rules, but she decides not to give up. The background of partition and politics. While Lala's personal story is happening, India is changing too. People are fighting for freedom from British rule. There are many political movements happening around her, some peaceful, some violent. Her cousins and friends are involved in politics, and everyone has different ideas about what India should be like after independence. After freedom comes in 1947, the country is divided into India and Pakistan, a time known as partition. There is a violence, fear, and hatred between the Hindu and Muslim. Many people have to leave their homes and move to the new country. Families are broken, people are killed in riot. Nala sees this pain around her and feels sad about what is happening to the country she loves. Now, Lala's strength and voice. Even though Lala loses a lot, her parents, her husband, and her support, she grows stronger. She learns to think for herself and speak out. She doesn't follow the path society expects from women. She doesn't remarry. She doesn't go back to her rich family, and she doesn't give up her mind or voice. In the end, Lala is alone, but she has found her identity. She represents a new kind of woman, one who is gentle but brave, silent but strong, loving but independent. Through Lala, the author shows us how women can live with dignity and courage even in a world full of pain and pressure. Why this title? The title Sunlight on a Broken Column is a symbol. A broken column means something that once stood tall but is now damaged. It could be about the old Indian society, the family system, or even Nala herself, but the sunlight on it means there is still hope, beauty, and light even in the broken thing. There is a themes, tradition versus modern life, women freedom, love and loss, change and pain, finding yourself. So here we are done. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you like this video. If like, then please do subscribe and share this with all your friends, okay? And reach me to 500 subscribers at least. Haha. Okay, so see you in the next video. Block 2 poem section coming soon, okay? Har Har Mahadev.